morning, everyone. Welcome to ATI Pro Media. We're powered by advanced trading. Well, the week's just flying along, and we got some headlines. The much anticipated NVIDIA turned on the business channel this morning. It's all they could talk about. And why not? When you're going up trillions in value over the last few years, it's definitely a hot subject. We have some other markets moving. We had a big day up in a couple of the grains yesterday, finally, and then they're sinking back in. But wheat is actually up again on the day. So let's take it to LaSalle Street. We'll go over the headlines. Brady planned a great show for us, but I'll give you the markets here real quick. Corn, finally, D's corn up a little, 393. Border trade wheat up 6. Looking at the soybeans here, they are lagging. Soybeans, no, down 6, coming back. But KC wheat up, border trade wheat up, Minneapolis wheat up. With that, we have the meats down a little bit here, cattle moving a little bit, and they've had a heck of a run, and Brady Huck will talk about that. Let's take it to Wall Street real quick and just look at the markets. We talked about NVIDIA. We got Dow Jones up 40, S&P down 8, NASDAQ down 100, which is nothing because that thing just flies around. Interest rates pretty much unchanged. One thing that's sticking out on my screen as I look down, because I'm looking at my iPhone actually, Bitcoin down 2,600. Excuse me. And gold and silver lower. So little volatility. We're coming in the end of the month. We better get Brady Huck on here so I could cough. Bring him in here. I'm dying over here.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, here we go. It's what day is today? Wednesday, even Tommy?
Wednesday,
I don't know.
Thursday. I was
Track.
going to say it's Thursday, but it's actually Wednesday. I don't know.
It's the middle of the week, hump day here.
Oh, man.
Good to see grains. The grains were lower overnight. That corn board was a little bit lower overnight. Kind of here going into the open here, 9 o'clock. Good to see it get a little flick of green on it again. That's good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the gossip in the cattle?
Well, is this just a bounce on the board? Are we narrowing up basis? We've got the strong basis, the cash versus the board. So are we narrowing that up? Is it just a bounce? What's going on there? But if you're a hedger, you're certainly glad you're hedged. It's really difficult to go out and put new hedges on. A lot of uncertainty going forward with the cattle market, with demand. The choice cutout rolled over the last couple days, down 398 yesterday. That's the lowest level since May the end of May here this year. So not good to see that. The loin's down $12 versus last week. It's 20% of the cutout. A lot of moving and shaking there, and some comments about where the Packers at with how much deferred forward contracted cattle they own. How aggressive will they be buying cattle going forward? So plenty of uncertainty there. If you're a cowboy, you got. It's just debatable, Tommy. 230 on the board. It doesn't taste nearly as sweet as 250, 260, but it sure tastes a lot better than 180.
Yeah. Hey, you know what low prices are good for? I understand we had some demand. You want to talk about that a little bit? Let's bring in that headline. We sold some grain to a couple different people. What do you have, friend?
Yeah, flash sales season. It's good to see these flash sales popping up. Beans to China, 264,000 metric tons of beans to China, new crop beans. Had some corn come through the wires too, 100,000 metric tons of corn to Colombia and 165,000 to Mexico. So good to see those on the books. Colombia, Mexico, nice to have them come in. Mexico's been a big buyer for corn here. And that's good. I got another headline. It's actually an overlay that I want to throw that ties in really well with this. See if I can find it. This one was on there. Very interesting. China proposes new curbs on grain imports to boost local prices. Barley and sorghum were in the headlines there, and you can see that graphic there. 19 to 24, the increase in their overall book of business, the imports, but a big lull there, much different from 16 through that 20 time frame.
Yeah, we need China to come in here and buy a lot of stuff. We need that P&W light up. We need to get those, and this is the time of year they do it, right? We're starting to realize we're going to have a crop, and they just start buying. But we'll see if they can catch up. Nice to see Mexico in. I remember maybe it was a year ago we thought Mexico said they weren't going to buy any corn from us, or the whole GMO, non-GMO.
Yeah,
they want it. They're hungry.
Watch what I say, or watch what I do, not what I say. Maybe, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, good news for the consumer. The bonds are going down. Yields are down on the 30-year, you say?
Okay. Yep. We got another headline here. U.S. 30-year mortgage rates fell to 6.44%, lowest level since April 23. that's good to see. The housing market kind of feels like it's flattening out here, and maybe some concerns about properties not moving. Maybe the lower rates helps with that, but it's a different environment than it was a year or two ago.
No, absolutely. I know here last few days we're kind of getting a little busier where clients are calling in saying, "Hey, I got to get ready for fall. I got to get ready for harvest. We're going to have
Hmm.
a harvest here, whether it be South Dakota clients, North Dakota, Indiana." I just had someone call, phone ring twice right before we started, but I could see it's like there's the people who all year, Brady, they try to tell you how we're going to grow nothing.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden on September 1, they're like, I have a problem. I need to do this, 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 this. And it's so much easier to, uh, it works out better if we stay ahead. This not get behind. But
absolutely. Yeah, falling behind. It's just so difficult to catch up. If you're working on 23, you're probably not doing a whole lot on 24, and you're definitely not doing anything on 25. And we don't want to. That just tends to snowball over time. It's so easy to fall behind with that marketing piece.
yeah, yeah.
We,
Well, I'd much rather have a great cash sale and a call that expired worthless than sell cash grain at the dead low and then buy a call and expect that to make up for your,
Rescue marketing, Tommy. That's what I
your
call it.
yeah,
You're coming
yeah.
in afterwards trying to kill a 6 foot tall weed with some herbicide. Don't expect the best results with that. Take care of that baby before it becomes a problem.
Yeah. Real quick, guys, we'll talk about premium. Thanks to all our new subscribers here. Brady, Huck, and Connor Bridgman did a real nice premium yesterday about crop insurance. I watched half of it, Brady. Can you tell me what the other half was? What did you guys talk about there?
Well, we talked about a couple different scenarios. And I don't want to give it all away because we value our premium subscribers, but we talked about a producer that has good insurance coverage and maybe a production shortfall. They've got some equity in that insurance to protect. If this market rallies, it doesn't do much for them. They're just saving on the insurance indemnity payments. But we got another producer, maybe a Central Illinois type of producer that is expecting to raise APH or better, and they still have downside risk in this market, Tommy. If this
Hmm.
market goes lower, where does that insurance catch them? So a couple different scenarios we walked through. Good video. If you want it, send us a text, give us a call. We'll get it to you.
Yeah. Questions, comments, drop them. We're a little light on news. I will say this. I think the NVIDIA will be super interesting. It's just fascinating to watch how that gets digested. Later today, folks, I'll be on with Michelle Rook. I don't know if you catch Michelle Rook. She's with Farm Journal. She puts out a lot of great content all day long. She's putting out stuff, so I'm going to join her on the after show. And I know she wants to talk grains and cattle, but I think we'll end up talking about those Nvidia earnings.
Yeah. Tommy, you know what's going on this week too? I think the Farm Progress is going on this week, right? Big
Mm-hmm.
deal. One thing I've caught some, they're doing lots of live streams events, and I wish I was in hindsight. I'm like, man, we should have been out there running around catching some people. But what I've heard from some of those live stream events is a lot of products to help farmers grow more bushels. And we talked about that at the Commodity Classic this January of so many products out there to help you grow more bushels, be more efficient. And it just, there's a lot of things out there to help you produce more bushels. And we got to also remind, what are we doing out there to protect price on those bushels that we plan to produce, Tommy?
Yeah. Interesting. I got a email yesterday from BASF and Farm Journal want me to do a couple seminars. And, BASF, they're just selling all the stuff, but they want someone to talk markets, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they actually said in the email, tell people what they can do. I mean, if we keep growing big bushels, we could be in a low cycle for a while. Like I was talking to a client before we started live stream. I said, holy cow, this exciting. Corn was down 2, now it's up 1. We're really,
Really
uh,
moving the peg here. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but what else I want to say? We are meeting the neatest, greatest people ever from this. I mean, the amount of people hitting the Advanced Trading website. You can go to the Advanced Trading website, contact us. You can go to ATI Pro Media. They're kind of combined the two websites, www.ati Pro Media. But people are definitely starting to call in, ask for help. There was a guy who opened an account yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He, or at least asked for paperwork, but he said he was with another brokerage firm for a long time and they didn't want him because he was too small. And I found that interesting because, really, it's not a secret. He can just go click and do this stuff himself. I mean, if brokerage companies like us don't want people because he was only 1,000 acres, these guys can go self-directed too, and that's no problem. They don't. It was odd to hear that he was too small and he was getting kicked out of his firm. Maybe there's another story, right? Maybe he's difficult or something. I don't know. I haven't got to work with them that much yet. But the point is they're asking for help. They want help. We're there, and we got a good lineup of stuff, whether it be content like this or live stream or anything else. So always fun.
Yep.
Oh, here's some questions and comments.
Nathan, I'd like to have you boys do the same program as yesterday, but with beans. Okay, you're talking crop insurance and walking through some of those scenarios with beans, Nathan. We can work on that. I think
Yeah,
we
you
can.
think Connor and you guys can do that? Yeah, that'd
I
be
think
great.
so, Nathan. Ask and you shall receive,
And then I can
Nathan.
go out on Broadway again. So I don't even know why I went to bed. I should have just stayed up. But yeah.
Sunbelt Ag Expo in October. Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Oh,
Where's
that's
that at,
brilliant.
Luke? Tell me where it's at. I'll look
Yeah.
into it though.
Real quick about Farm Progress. We did want to go there and it'd been awesome. But Dave Lechtenberg was here. He said it was hot. He said, "You're not missing anything." He said, "If you were live streaming from one of those tents, you would have just literally been soaked by 10, 11 o'clock." So
We'd have to bust out the ATI Pro Media tank tops, Tommy. That's what we'd have to be walking around in.
yeah, that sounds good. Any more questions, comments, anything else? And we'll late show today. Georgia. That's in Georgia.
Okay.
It'd be nice to get B Huck down to Georgia.
Yeah.
What else do we have, Brady? I'm happy to see oh, go ahead. Let's see what he has here.
Farmer Brett was listening to Trump talk about his tariff ideas, and he wants to put the exact same tariff on other countries that they have on us. So if other countries drop tariffs, we will match them. Interesting.
Speaking of tariffs, there was some Canada did some tariffs, and I know that was I don't think we did a good job of covering that, but I did see it happen. And yeah, there's just things are going to heat up. I haven't been talking a lot about the election. I don't even know how long till it, but not that long, right? November 5th is going to come around real quick. We're ending August here. Kids are back to school, college, high school, everyone, and all eyes on September and harvest and October, then November. God, I'm counting, take my feet off. I'm thinking we're 60 some days away from the election. And who knows what's going to happen? I can't even speculate, but I'm already
volatility would be my comment, right? I mean, these markets are going to move, things are going to change, and prepare for that type of volatility versus being a victim of it one way or another.
Well, a lot of that cattle move just came from the when Harris gave that speech, or just a thought, like she's going to give a speech about this. I talked to so many smart people. They're like, it's never going to happen. They're not going to do that. But just saying it rocked the markets. And if you get some big New York hotshots who have, we deal in hundreds of thousands and millions, they deal in billions, right? And you get that money swooshing around, it could really have effect. All right. Any more questions, comments? Great idea on the premium there for the soybeans. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Nathan.
Anything else you guys want to talk about? Good job yesterday, Brady.
Yeah, I think we'll get back to work here. These markets are moving. There's things to be doing. We're going to pump out some more videos, some good content. I think we're going to talk about pre-harvest marketing type videos. Dave Lechtenberg did a great video, but lots of educational, actionable stuff that's coming out on premium. So if you want that content, send us an email, sign up for premium, and we'll get it to you.
Yeah, quiet day here. We do have people calling, like we said. People are like, all right, I don't know what they're going to say. I have to get these calls, but I imagine I can't pretend anymore I have a crop, right? Like it's actually, there's a crop here and now I need to do something with it. And the one thing we do need to talk about on premium and the show is the cost of money is still high. It's not like, the store and ignore is not going to, oh, you had an article come out in, what's that magazine?
Yeah, Farm Futures wrote one yesterday. Go check that out. Trying to address that, the difference between, March futures today and when they come off the books. And, there's a neat graphic that I should have loaded into the show, but I kind of crunched some numbers. And, you look at the 5-year average, Tommy, and if you do the average, we're see like a 40, 50 cent rally between now and when March comes off the books. But that's so heavily skewed on there's 2 years of the last 5 that we rallied $1.70, $1.80. Last year, we actually sold off 80 cents between late August and March. The year before, it was down 42 cents. So seasonal averages, you seasonal averages, double bottoms, these fancy terms that we like to throw out. Everybody's rooting for a bull market, Tommy. We want to see prices go higher. And after a big sell-off and liquidation, chances are you might be right, but not necessarily the case. The biggest concern to me, Tommy, was that the funds covered 100,000 of their net short over the last month, and the market is down 20 to 30 cents during that time frame. That's
Mhm.
huge to me. And we got a 15 billion bushel crop coming to market here that's got to move. The fund's got 1.2 billion short position net in corn. That can get covered up pretty easily with farmer selling.
Mhm. Might have a great point. I might have our friend PJ come on. He said that this is just historically one of the slowest weeks. We're going into holiday mode. We'll feel that more Thursday, Friday. If we don't get some economic data or some headlines or something, we're just going to grind out. And that last big hurrah. Hey, good grilling season weekend here.
Yeah.
Go out and buy some of your favorite grub. All right, let's get out of here, kid. I got people to call back, and that's a good thing. We got people to paper up for these new accounts. And then I think I'll have Amy just send that article. That was a good article you wrote. She'll send that to the
Thank you, Tommy.
pro media people. I'll send it to my clients. I mean, it's free. It's out there. But
Yeah.
it's sometimes I feel our job is just to be like, hey, I read this. Hey,
Yeah.
this guy over here said this. And, we digest all this news and we want to funnel it back to our clients and subscribers. So, all right, let's get out of here. B. Huck, Dodge City, Kansas. Tom Grisafi coming to you live from Nashville today. We'll do it all again tomorrow. Hopefully, you see the smiley face then.
Have a good day.
See you, bud.
See ya.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.